last year in the South Carolina game. How much confidence did you have in that heading into that Vanderbilt game?
I had a lot of confidence. I had a lot of confidence. Just being able to prepare the same way how I did throughout the whole season. Having my best friend there, it was great. Confidence was high. My teammates believed in me well. My coaches believed in me well, so it felt great.
Joe, with being here now going into your third season, I mean, what level of comfort do you have in this offense with Josh and as you prepare to take over for this full season?
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, but I'm not complacent. I've been in that way before. Throughout my early years of college, getting complacent, being comfortable where I was, and you see where that led me. So, me personally, I'm comfortable, but I'm not complacent. So, I'm willing to get better every day.
Joe, there's a lot of hype around both you individually and the team. Obviously, first round buzz, Heisman buzz, all that. How do you yourself and the team as a whole keep your nose to the grindstone and kind of tune that stuff out?
Nobody on the team sees it. If you see it on social media one day, then you see it. But you like it and keep going. It's just all words, to be honest, until everything has been shown.
What's been the development of Squirrel White, just from your perspective, and how big of things can he accomplish this year?
I feel like he got faster, to be honest. I feel like he got faster, but just the development of the offense is great. He want to get better. Obviously, he's young, but at the same time, he want to get better. He practice like a pro. He go through meetings like a pro. If he don't know anything, he'll ask. So.
Just on the receivers as a whole, adding in Brew and then Ramel too,
yep.
and anybody else going down there, just what are your thoughts of where that group is right now and coming up for fall camp?
Those guys are ready. Fall camp is approaching. Those guys are ready. They go in it. They go in every day and they just attack it. They don't let me slack. I don't let them slack. So being able to have a receiver core that respects you and don't want you to fail is great.
What do you see from those receivers that are in that great of shape to not have a deep rotation where it's just really three guys playing the whole game?
You said three guys?
Yeah, it's just usually three guys playing the whole
game.
Okay.
How
well do they condition to do that?
How well do we condition? We condition like everybody else, but I feel like the way that we practice is different. Some people may think, we practice slow, but no, we practice the same way we play. That translates over to Saturdays.
Joe, how much of a relief was it to hear the NCAA outcome?
It was a relief, but at the same time, me and my teammates, we put that in the past just because that was out of our control. That was the last staff, the previous staff, and I'm not familiar with that. I wasn't recruited by them, or I wasn't here. So at the same time, it was a relief. Yes, absolutely, but at the same time, we don't view it no different.
Josh, what part of your game have you improved the most on, Joe, in terms of short passes, intermediate? You get the strongest arm maybe in college football.
Yeah, no maybe, but all of it. I feel like I can get better at everything. Just an opportunity to get better every day. So 1% better turns into 100%. So I feel like everything in my game that I can possibly improve on, I want to improve on. I have.
Joe, where do you put yourself against the likes of Caleb Williams, Drake Mason, those projected first rounders?
Those guys are great. Those guys can play great football, and they are at great, prestigious programs. But I don't compare myself to no one. I'm kind of just focused on what's ahead. That's the first game against Virginia, and willing to take the team to a victory. So, just focusing on that and get my guys around the building just more confidence in themselves, and just willing to build that bond and keep building that bond with my guys.
Joe, you talk about the complacency that you felt early on.
Mm-hmm.
When is there a point in time where that worked for you, where you went from, okay, I was one way, now I'm different?
Yeah. I think that's just as you get older as a man. I was 19 to 20 at Michigan, right? And now I'm 23. So, as a man, you see the mistakes you made in your previous life, and you just want to fix them. So those things that I made in my life, and I just wanted to fix, so I fixed them.
Coach Heupel talked about how you trust the people around you to go through that. How hard was that, and what were some of those conversations like when you were trying to get into that mindset?
It was hard just because I didn't know no one here. I didn't know anyone, and I didn't have nobody to lean on until I met Hendon and Tyler Barron and Wesley Walker. After I met them, I was fine personally, just because the things I was facing, I can get off my chest. And also Hendon went through the same things I went through before, so just being able to translate and talk about the problems we face is great.
Who have you seen step up as a leader in that receiving room with all these guys?
In the receiver room?
Yeah, in the receiving room.
Ramel and Brew. Those guys, those two guys are the oldest, right? So those guys took a big step of just being on time, seeing things different. If things not working correctly, they'll fix it. They're not shy no more. Like, me and Ramel went to New York, and it changed his whole perspective of life. Like, he talks more. That was the most I ever heard him talk in New York. So just being able to overcome that and being yourself, that's pretty much what we preach, is be yourself. Don't let nobody change you. Don't change because people are around. Just be yourself.
Alex Golesh Alex Golesh took a head coaching job right before the Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Still had a really good performance in the Orange Bowl. Is there going to be anything different with the offense on the field? And then has there been any kind of difference in just kind of the lead up and the preparation and everything?
No, this Coach Heupel's offense, so whatever he wants is going to get done that way. I don't see it no different being a change of offensive coordinators. I just feel like Coach Housley's he's just a dude. And then he have the guys in the quarterback room with us, Mitch and, Phillip. Those guys in the room with us, and they're willing to help no matter what. So just being able to be around those three guys every day is a blessing.
You saw some hostile road atmospheres, in the Big Ten. Your first road game this year is going to be in the Swamp. I'm just curious about looking forward to that, and then some of the road atmospheres that you're going to face and how you're going to handle it.
I feel like the more you prepare in practice, the more the outside of the game, the noise and all that don't play a factor. Obviously it get loud in the Swamp, but at the same time, the more you prepare, and throughout that week we'll have loudspeakers behind us, so we'll be able to translate everything and try to make it work.
And you're a Florida kid. Are you going to have a little bit of a cheering section, or no? Are you going to have people?
I'm gonna have a cheerleader section every game. I think that's what my family does best, is support. So being able to have that support from them is gonna be great.
You don't lose in the state, right?
Huh?
You don't lose in the state of Florida.
My confidence level that way. I just prepare to win. So no matter what.
How big was it for Tennessee beating Florida last year?
It was great. It was a big opportunity. It was a big jump for Tennessee itself as a program, and for the guys that made it happen. They made it happen for a reason, because they prepared that way.
What's the most fun thing about playing in Josh Heupel's offense?
The most fun thing, scoring. I never scored so fast in my life, so I think scoring.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about what it takes to be a quarterback in this conference?
You just have to prepare the right way. You're going to have great dudes every game, right? So being able to study that film and understand what guys are going to do before they do it is the best part.
Do you think Hendon's best down, or from a teammate's best down, of what it's like to be out there as you're getting settled in?
No. I feel like the more anybody could talk to you about what the SEC football is like, you have to experience it on your own to actually understand it.
Josh, what were some of the biggest differences you noticed in terms of maybe playing a Big Ten defense versus an SEC defense?
The speed. Obviously at the Big Ten level, on my team at Michigan, I had Aiden Hutchinson, right? So he was in my class, just going against him every day. He got faster as the years went by. So now it's just guys that's his size all the time. That's the whole D-line. So.
Joe, who are some of the defensive players that have caught your attention since the end of last season?
Tyler Barron, Wesley Walker, Kamal Haddon, Tank, Warren, Burrell, back fully healthy. So Warren caught my eye again. Kristen Charles, a dog. Aaron Beasley, obviously everybody know Aaron Beasley. So Aaron Beasley, and then pretty much the whole defense, the communication level improved. So I'm impressed with the whole defense.
You're working on your second degree. What outside of football has your interest, maybe long term, post football? Even though I'm sure you hope that's a long time away.
Nothing, man. To be honest, I just want to be a coach. I want to be able to give back. Also, my major was in history, so if you don't know it, you'll live it. So whatever that is, whatever that takes, and wherever that may lead you, that's what's going to happen. So,
Joe, what kind of
coach do you think Alex would be, and why?
What type of head coach?
Yeah.
A great head coach. I mean, he's a great person. He has a great personality. He has experience with the football game. He knows how to coach. He knows how to get you better. He knows how to get you going as well. There's some coaches that can't get you going, but he can get you going. He can get you juiced up. And, I mean, he's smart. He understands what his offense wants. He understands the playmakers he have at hand, and he's going to put you in the best ability to make a play.
Joe, Jane Daniels said you guys bonded and roomed together, rode together at Manning Passing Academy. Talk about that.
Oh, it was great. You know, our first conversation was talking about the LSU game when we played against them. And we both was just talking about how crazy it was, you know, the experience level of the fans, you know, just the camaraderie about it, just the whole process of the game, you know. But it was great, you know. You get to pick a guy's few brains, and I got to pick his brain a little bit, talk about coverages, talk about different type of footwork, talk about things we both can work on as, you know, as we see it from a different quarterback. What can you work on? And, you know, it was great.
Joe, do you know how many interceptions you've thrown as Tennessee's quarterback?
0.
You proud of that?
I mean, any quarterback should be proud of that. Personally, I feel like, you know, you take care of the ball and you know, make things happen that way. I feel like your offense can be successful that way.
Does it say something about your decision making?
No, that's just say something about my coaches. They put me in the right situation at the right time.
Kirby Smart said something about he likes his quarterbacks to be good decision makers, and some schemes are just about the scheme and not the decisions.
Right.
When you hear something like that about your offense and what Coach Heupel is doing, what do you think about the decisions that you guys have to make in split seconds?
I mean, that's something we preach every day in the quarterback room. Coach Hazy said he preaches it a lot. You know, don't judge the outcome, just the decision making. You know, have a reason for what you're doing. So, you know, whatever it takes in our offense, if you have a play to the right or a play to the left, you know, have a reason for going either way you choose, right? But, you know, go through your read of the week, you know, take care of it. Take care of it how you would take care of it if you had a family, right? So just approach it the same way and, you know, attack that play, go hard 100% the whole time, because if you're wrong, you know, be 100% wrong, right? But attack it at the same speed you would if you was right.
What's your biggest misconception about this offense from like an outside perspective?
Some people say it's not getting you ready for the NFL, but it is, because you have the coaches that, you know, that either went or either coached in the NFL, right? So they have the terminology for you, they have the knowledge for you that you can possibly need for the NFL.
Joe, your teammates have talked about kind of the transition the program made as a whole from year 1 to year 2, from hoping to win to expecting to win. I know you kind of had a little bit of a back seat to that, but just watching that growth, you know, what's kind of your takeaway from that?
I wouldn't say a back seat. I was a passenger.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a passenger of that. I wouldn't say back seat. But, I mean, it changed a lot. You know, the culture that we have in the building, the way that we carry ourselves throughout, you know, we make sure that we're taking care of our responsibilities, because if we don't, then it's going to translate. So Coach Hype preaches every small thing translate, every little detail matters. So if that's you missing breakfast or you missing lunch, that's mandatory, right? How's that going to translate when you want to play that actually counts? So the way that we carry ourselves, it just translate over.
Now that you're going to be the driver, then now you're no passenger, now you're going to be the driver. How do you what is your role in that, expecting to win?
Keep the same mindset, but attack it harder. You know, last year was good, right? But you want to be great, so attack it harder. You know, we was the number 1 offense last year, so it was things that we did to be number 1. So we have to do the same things, but even more.
Joe, I'm curious what the message from Coach Heupel was when, you know, they made the decision to go with him, and how you went about, you know, responding to that correctly.
I had no say. I was hurt. I mean, that was meant to happen. I mean, I was hurt. I couldn't go back in the game no more. So Hendon did his job. He went in there, he executed, and he kept the offense rolling. And, you know, I mean, what can I say if the coaches chose to do that? I mean, he did his job. He did what any other quarterback would possibly do in that situation. I mean, you want to win, so go win. That was your opportunity. And he showed up, and he showed out.
Joe, you said you're a history major. Heupel spoke on the podium about how his players don't know a whole lot about his playing career. I'm curious what you know the history of Heupel's playing career.
My history of Coach Heupel, I know he played in the Orange Bowl against my cousin, actually. He played in the Orange Bowl against my cousin, Corn Bowden, so it's possible. I know he won a national championship. I knew the excitement of his face. I just recently seen a picture of that, so I feel like What else did he do? I know he did not start off at Oklahoma. He came from a JUCO, then went to Oklahoma. Then he was successful there.
Huh? You know where it's from?
What, JUCO?
No. Like, what state he's from?
Oh, yeah. What is it?
South Dakota.
That's what it was, South Dakota. I knew it was somewhere north. I knew it was north. I knew it was cold because he always talk about that every time we get cold down here.
Joe, how much did growing up in the muck in Pahokee and Immokalee prepare you? Because all my guys down at GatorBaitMedia.com loved you, and you went and played for Friends Beard's brother. You went to his school in Orlando, I think, in 11th, 12th grade.
Yeah, I'm not too much familiar with Immokalee, but Pahokee, Florida, it adapts you to become a man. You know, it changes your whole life perspective. There's some things you can't get in cities like this, right? Because Pahokee's not a city, it's a town. There's not too many people there. Everybody know everybody. There's only like 3 stores. You got a Family Dollars, you got a Dollar General, and you got a gas station. And you got another gas station that called Bite Me, but it just basically sells pizza, right? So, you know, you go through those things in life and you grow up, right? And you see those things every day. It just motivates you to just want more. So that's what helps.
Joe, how much physically, knowledge of the game, how much different are you from where you were when you got to Tennessee? Like, and I know it's maybe hard to say that because it's been a couple of years, but how different are you?
Different in what I know and what I see. I feel like the knowledge that I learned at Michigan was helpful, but the knowledge that I know now and from my coaches, Coach Hosley, Coach Hype, Coach Mitch, Phillip, you know, those guys, they train me so well to understand the offense, but understand the offense in general. It can be any offense, right? Smooth as fast. That's one thing that Mitch speech, Coach Mitch talks about, is just smooth as fast, right? So mentally, I'm more advanced than I normally would be if anybody else was in this position. I know more than I possibly need to at this moment, but I feel like it'll help my game.
Joe, how does any quarterback, and you in specific, how do you work on accuracy during the offseason? Is it just kind of linking up with the receivers and working on the field? Are there other things you can go that kind of factors into that?
Accuracy is based on how well do you know your receivers, like you said, right? When I first got here, I didn't know those guys, right? And I was going through a little bit of struggles. But as I got to know those guys, by being the backup, I got to understand those guys and what they wanted to do with the offense and the routes. They got to understand what type of person I was and what I was looking for when I was on the field. So just being able to have that bond with those guys is great.
What's the biggest thing Josh Heupel has taught you?
Last question.
Say it one more time.
What's the biggest thing you learned from Josh Heupel in your 2+ years of playing?
Being able to flush things. I was a person that dwelled on the last play. So say, for instance, I had a bad play before and I'm trying to call the next play. How can I process the next play if I'm thinking about the last one? So being able to flush things, being able to move on, because you never know when the next play is going to be good. So being able to move on from that and being able to just clear things out and never let nobody see you sweat. So.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Joe.